Hello, Ajoku here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about 10 things that you need to know when you're dealing with tenants and rental properties. Stay tuned. Thing number one you need to know, when dealing with rental properties, you must make sure that you get a previous landlord reference. Most people just say they want a previous landlord reference, but the previous landlord reference is actually the current landlord's reference. And the current landlord, if that tenant is a bad tenant, is going to want to get rid of that tenant. So they're going to give them the best reference that they can possibly get just to get them out of their hair. So you need to get the previous landlord's tenant as a reference. The second thing that you need to be aware of is to use a good referencing system. Now, a good letting agent will be able to provide this for you, where they will check their previous landlord, they will check their previous work, they will check their credit to make sure they're credit worthy and everything. This is very, very important. It's worth paying for this service. Must number 3, make sure you are not scammed. It's very important. What tenants can do and have done in the past, I've actually witnessed this firsthand, is that they will say to you, I will pay you 6 months rent up front. That sounds so appealing. That sounds so appetizing to a tenant, to a landlord who perhaps has had his property empty for a long time. But don't fall for this, because what happens with this scam is that they will pay the 6 months rent up front. On the 7th month, all of a sudden, they haven't got any more money to pay the rent. On the 8th month, you're trying to evict them. On the 9th month, they're still in the property rent free. 4 or 5 months later, you're still trying to get rid of them. So avoid this scam. The fourth thing you must know is get a guarantor that can back up that tenant. So if for any reason they're not going to pay, that person will guarantee the money for you. So that's number 4. Number 5, be professional all the time. Make sure that you have a properly signed tenancy agreement. Make sure you secure the deposit in a deposit protection scheme. This is very important, because later on, if it's not being put in a deposit, it's not been put in a protective scheme, if you have for any reason to take that tenant to court, you'll be thrown out of court if you've not protected their deposit. So it's very important. Number 6, document everything. Your EPC, your electrical certificate, your gas safety, document your tenancy agreement, document everything. If you're going to keep it on the cloud, keep it on the cloud in a very secure way. If you're going to keep it on your laptop or keep it on your local computer, keep it in a very secure way, but document absolutely everything. Be tight with your documentation, because it's very, very important. Especially if you're dealing with multiple properties, you need to make sure that you're on top of every single one of these documentations. Put in your calendar a reminder to do the gas safety, so that every year you make sure that your gas safety is up to date. Number 7, get rent insurance. A lot of people don't do this, and they take the risk and they say, okay, if the tenant doesn't pay, I will work it out some way or the other. But rent insurance is quite a good way of securing your rent. What happens is, if the tenant for any reason cannot pay that rent, then the rent insurance will kick in and will help you to pay for that, pay for your rent, for your mortgage. And in the case of where you have to evict the tenant or stuff like that, the rent insurance company will actually take care of that and to make sure that you get your money. So get rent insurance. Number 8, if you have multiple tenants in a property, it's advisable to get a cleaner to come around once a week. And the reason for this is because most of the time occupants leave properties that are shared, like a HMO, house of multiple occupancy. They leave because they're fighting over who has left a mess in the kitchen, or who has left hair in the bathroom, or who has left the place untidy. So if you get a cleaner, which you can expense over the rent divided by the rent throughout the household, you will actually be you will increase the length of stay of each tenant, because the tenant will be happier because the place is kept in a good way. So that's point number 8. Point number 9, your property is a business. Your property letting is a business, so treat it as a business. What I tend to do is put aside about 25% of the profit, and you have that put aside in case of repairs and unforeseen things that come up. It's a good idea to do this so that you don't get surprised when a boiler needs to be repaired, or a floorboard is broken, or a tap is broken, or something's happened and you don't actually have that money to sort that out. So treat your property letting as a business, because it is actually a business. Number 10, get a good accountant to help you with your annual self-assessment. You do not want a situation where your tax has built up over the years and then you're left with a hefty tax bill that you've got to sort out. So do your get your self-assessment done by a professional accountant who can help you, who knows his way around property and self-assessment. And finally, if you need any help with perhaps some underperforming properties, or you want to offload some properties that maybe you don't want anymore, then give us a call, because we are still buying properties and we still can help you to restructure your property even if you don't want to sell the property. So give us a call. The number will be in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. Look out for more videos like this, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. God bless you.